Hello, my name is Ulama, and in the space of 5 minutes, I'll be pitching to you a unique idea we believe would be able to reform the way farm produce and other commodities are saved for future use. Innovation is the bedrock of the 21st century. Just imagine, about 61 years ago, when the first flight to outer space was taken. It lasted for a total of about 108 minutes, but today we have astronauts even visiting as far as Mars, and we even have people going on tour through the use of Elon Musk's SpaceX. The world is changing, but the question still remains, is Africa positioning itself to take up this change as well? The answer is no. Africa is still struggling to catch up with technological advancements, and people are even adamant to change. Take, for example, the charcoal refrigerator system that is being used in parts of Africa like Kenya. This system is based on the concept that when water is poured on charcoal that is kept in a mesh continuously, once hot air from outside passes through this charcoal kept in the mesh, it produces a cooling effect inside the chamber to help store farm produce and other commodities for longer periods of time. This actually works, and this is a laudable invention. But the question is, for how long would we be cutting down trees to come up with these systems? This is not sustainable. It's in view of this that we have decided to come up with a containment system that modernizes the way this is done to tap into Africa's largest resource, which is the sun. Through deliberate thinking, we have come up with a containment system we pride to call the smart cooler. The smart cooler is a containment system that will be run on solely solar energy in order to cool a containment system that will be used to store farm produce, commodities like meat, water, and other stuffs. You just name it. The smart cooler is a cooling chamber that seeks to reduce the amount of farm produce that goes to waste due to direct contact with the sun. This system would also be adopted in other sectors of the industry, such as the water industry, food production industry, among others. The system will be built from scrap materials that would get from scrap dealers, and this would offer us the opportunity to produce our system at a reduced cost in order to give people the opportunity to afford this at a lower cost. Proposed use of the smart cooler would be mostly in the agricultural industry, where we wish to reduce the amount of farm produce that goes to waste yearly due to the direct contact with the sun. But venturing directly into the agricultural industry is going to be costly, even for a company like ours that's now growing from the infant stage. Due to this, we wish to use our system to solve a problem in another industry that is quite similar to the one in the agricultural industry. This is a cage system that is used to store water in Africa. Sachet water is largely consumed in Africa due to its affordability. Now, sachet water is kept in materials that are made from rubber and other chemicals. Once the water in the package has direct contact with the sun, as we are seeing that the cage is already in the sun, the water heats up and it begins to iodize with the chemicals that are used to produce the package. Now, once this happens, the water becomes contaminated to consume, and this leads to several diseases such as cancer. We would wish to use our idea, which is also a unique and similar containment system, to solve this problem. Now, let's take a look at the features of our system. Our containment system is going to be powered by solar panels, as we see here, and the outer part is going to be made of materials that prevents sun rays from moving into the chamber. The solar panels is going to be powered by a remote system that is going to help us adjust the solar panels to suit the direction of the sun. This would enable us to capitalize and efficiently tap into the sun's power. The outer layer will be made up of anti-radioactive materials that will prevent sunlight from moving into the containment system and repel the sunlight. Underneath our containment system would be a compartment where we would have our batteries that would store excess power from the solar panels for days where the sun doesn't come out. The interior part of this containment is something that excites us the most. We are going to lay this containment system with a lighting system that would help to keep the water fresh and also supply it with nutrients even when it's in the sun. Now this is a cooling chamber that will produce a cooling effect to cool the water even when it's in the sun, so that when you are purchasing it, it's not hot. The temperature within the cooling chamber would be regulated by a remote control, and this would help us to increase or decrease the cooling effect within the chamber. The smart cooler would be fitted with a tray system that would enable the easy removal or stocking of the commodities that will be kept into the cooling system. So imagine the front face of this containment will be made up of a glass that prevents sun rays from moving into the containment system, whilst making the content of the containment system visible for everyone to see. Imagine opening the door of the containment system and just pulling out a drawer easily to take out the content of the system, or even to restock it, slide it in and just close it up. Good. We wish to merge a notion of simplicity with technology and creativity to come up with a system that is not just easily affordable by everyone, but also has certain qualities that supersedes all containment systems that are already in the. This is an image of our flowchart. It shows all the stages the product would first have to go through before it becomes a product that is ready for delivery. So we start with the client making a request through to the product description from the client. Now this would enable us to know the kind of commodities that will be kept into the cooling system in order to design something that can really hold them and function easily. Now we have to move through all these stages, and we pride ourselves with the quality of the product that we produce. As such, our products will move through several phases of testing. We have the first testing, the second testing, the final inspection, and another testing that will be conducted on the product to make sure that the final product that will be given out into the market is top notch. We believe that change doesn't happen in a day, but we also believe that the smart cooler is a concept of an idea that will ignite a positive change in the African setting and will last for long. Thank you.